This is Andy Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by Denzel Bentley over Zoom. Denzel, first and foremost, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Obviously, it's good to hear you doing well yourself. I appreciate you giving up some time when you're only a few days away from fight night. Just talk to me about your preparations, Denzel, ahead of Saturday.
It's been good. It's been good, man. It couldn't have been any better. I'm happy with how everything went. Had some good sparring, regardless of the whole lockdown situation and stuff like that. So I'm happy with it. I'm ready to go.
Let's obviously just kind of get into your route towards fight night and go back to when the fight was talked about. How long have you been negotiating being back on this card on Saturday?
You know what? I don't know. We had 3 months out. I don't deal with all the cards I get on the stuff. I leave it to my manager. So when we got back to the gym in June, we were training for a little bit. Then he came to us with the dates. Me, Chris, and Louis that are in the card, all in the same gym. And then he told us these were the dates, and we said, yeah, we're ready to go.
How did you find training through this period before you was obviously being able to get back into the gym? And then when you was back in, how did you find those initial first few months?
It was weird. The first few months were weird. I think the first month I didn't do anything. I just thought, so I was training from January. I was training hard from January for the fight in April. And then like the middle of March, everything just went pear-shaped. So I thought, you know what, take a little break. I've been doing a lot. As time went on, started putting a bit of weight, and then I thought, you know what, let me just start training. So I started going for runs, started hitting the pads with friends and stuff, and then I started doing my things. And then before you knew it, I got a call saying the gym's going to be open soon. So I picked it up right before we got back to the gym. So when we got back to the gym, I wasn't too far off. But I started to get back to where I left off.
Talk to me about those first few sessions back in the gym. How did you find it? Did you feel kind of that first session, particularly on the bags, you had a lot of excess energy that you wanted to burn off?
Yeah, the first week, our trainer gave us a bit of a squeeze. So we done 3 days a week the first week just to get back into it. So that first week was like everything. You wanted to be back. We was excited to be back. After the second week, I was over it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm feeling it now. It's hitting me. I'm ready to go home. But of course, we're back in the gym. I was happy to be there. Back training with the team. It was always fun training with them, and I enjoyed it. I up till now, I've enjoyed it.
Talk to me about Mick, Denzel, and what do you know about him, and what are you expecting from him come Saturday night?
I don't know much about him, to be honest, but from what I've seen so far and what I've researched since I knew I was fighting him, I know he's a seasoned pro. He's going to know his way around the ring. He likes to box kind of slick on the back foot. I don't think he's a heavy puncher. I've only had 2 stoppages, but you can't judge based on that. And I know he's going to come to win. He's only lost to one opponent twice, Jack Armford, which is a good fight, so there's no shame in that. So I've got to be in my A game. I can't look over this one.
How do you expect the fight to play out in your own mind, especially when you consider the fact that it's going to be behind closed doors? I know you've got a strong fan base who won't be there to be able to kind of push you on when you may ever need it.
Yeah, I don't know. We just have to wait and see about that one. But I haven't thought too much about it being behind closed doors and stuff. But I have kind of thought about what I'm going to do when I come out. And if I'm being honest with you, I have no clue. I just have to get in there and see how it plays out, and then we'll go based on that. How I feel when I walk out as well and stuff. Obviously, it's not going to be the same because when I'm walking in, my people, my family, friends, supporters, they get me kind of amped as I'm coming in, and then that's how I take off the way I take off. Now it will just be like a little mellow, kind of quiet walk in. I might start off slower. I don't know. We'll see.
How have you kind of found, or have you seen, in fact, we saw Brad Foster versus James Beach a little over a week ago. Did you watch that fight? And obviously with that being behind closed doors, what were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I watched that fight. I watched the whole show. I thought it was a good show. I thought all the home fighters fought very well. I was impressed with all the performances, that despite the fact that we're behind closed doors. It was a bit weird watching it though, because usually when you're watching a fight, you're watching it for the fight, but also the atmosphere plays a part into the fight. You start thinking, oh, this is a good show. I'd love to be there, but I didn't kind of get that feeling with this one. I just felt like, oh, there's good fights, but nothing exciting. I'm not saying the fighters were exciting. I'm just saying the atmosphere and that it didn't make it exciting to watch it from home.
You're obviously a favourite heading into Saturday night, but with it being behind closed doors, does that make you a little bit more wary of the atmosphere and the fact that, Mick, you won't have any kind of fans on his back during the fight, you won't have that extra push yourself. There could be upsets, not just in your fight, but in other fights, for the coming months. So do you think that will work into Mick's favour, or do you think it will work into your favour more without having any pressure?
No, listen, pressure's good. No pressure's good. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna box the way I'm gonna box. He's gonna box the way he's gonna box. It's just whoever the best fighter on night is at. However the fight plays out, I'm not sure about his fan base. I'm not sure if he has a big fan base. He probably does, and he might need them to dig deep. But I know I've been in spars in the gym where I've had to dig deep, and he probably has too. But I don't think the crowd's going to play a big part into it. I think all the crowd will do for me is amp me up and make me go for the stoppage. But I honestly believe during this period, they're going to see a lot more boxing from me. That's what I believe.
Denzel, just talk to me about kind of the fight week procedures. I know you've just checked in now, so you are in isolation now. You can't see certain people and what have you. But what have you been told about what to expect as the week progresses and what you are and you aren't allowed to do?
We just checked into the hotel, just got tested. I know I'm not really allowed out of here until after. Haven't really been told much, to be honest. It's just that we're just not allowed out of this hotel. And when we get there, they haven't even told me what's going to happen when we get there. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know anything. I'm just going with the days. As the days go on, we'll see how it plays out.
Is it a relief to be one of the first guys back on one of the first shows back in the UK? Is there a bit of a relief on your shoulders there?
It's a relief fighting in general. Like, I haven't fought since December, and I feel like maybe if I had a fight before the lockdown happened, I wouldn't be too eager to fight because I've just been out. I haven't been out all year. 7th month of the year, so that's 7 months inactive. But I think I'll be around. I'm still young. I'm still fresh. I've been training, staying sharp, good sparring. But I'm happy that I'm fighting. But it's just fighting in general, regardless of if it's one of the first shows back, just getting a date is nice, something to look towards and train for.
I know it's hard to say at the minute because we don't know how the coming months will play out, but provided you are successful on Saturday night, what are your thoughts with regards to the rest of this year? How do you see the coming months playing out for yourself?
I don't know. I've been chasing the title for about over a year now, and I haven't managed to get my hands on one. So it is what it is. I'm just going with however it goes, and hopefully I can get my hands on the title before the end of the year. But we have to see how things go. I think I've got more of a chance of getting my hands on some sort of vacant title because everyone with a belt is just not willing to fight right now. And I'm not saying it as if they're scared. They probably just don't see the point in fighting me right now, which is fair. Because if another young hungry lion came up calling my name out, talking about I want this guy and that guy and have nothing to show for it, I'd probably ignore him too. So I just got to keep proving myself and get myself into a position, maybe a mandatory position, or maybe a vacant title that they can try and get for me, if possible.
You mentioned that British title, obviously. I know you've wanted to face Liam Williams for a while. Do you see that fight ever happening?
No, if I'm being honest with you, I don't. Maybe if he steps up to world level and loses, then he's right back in the mix of us lot. But like I said, that's the fight I'd take. However it turns out, I know everyone's talking about he's one of the most improved fighters of so and so, but people haven't seen me. Like they've just seen little bits of me. Like I think all my knockouts have come within the first and second round. I haven't really had to show my boxing side. I haven't had to show that I can box or dig deep or do this and do that. But I've had good rounds of good fighters, like very, very good fighters, top fighters in the country. And I feel like, obviously experience-wise, Liam Williams he's ahead of me. He's boxed for a world title, which I'd love him to go do. And if he wins, he wins. It's better for the British scene. But at the end of the day, I'm hungry. I'm coming up, and he's in my weight division. I'm not just going to wait for him to do his thing before I get a chance to do mine. You know what I'm trying to say? So it is what it is.
So another man who's keen to face yourself, Mark Heffron, they call him.
Yeah,
Is that
him
a fight?
too. Yeah, 100%. That's the fight I was calling for before. I think we tried to make that for December. I'm not sure what happened because he's come out and said he didn't get no offers, which is cool. I ain't saying anything about that. I don't know about that. But now he's come out and said what he said. It should be easy to make because that's the fight I'm looking forward to. The only reason why that fight wouldn't happen is if the British title came up for me and I was able to fight for that. That's the only reason. Other than that, fight any day, I'd probably win the British and defend it against him. But if the opportunity comes up, I'm not going to miss an opportunity to fight for a title, to fight him. But 100%, that is a fight I'm after and I've been looking for and I will take.
Denzel, just a fight I want to get your thoughts on. It's another middleweight bout, but it's on the show which Eddie Hearn's promoting. Felix Cash versus Jason Wellborn for the Commonwealth title. What are your thoughts on that, Denzel?
That's a good fight. That's a very good fight. If people are overlooking that, and I think they're bugging a little bit, because Jason Wellborn is a tough guy. Saw what he done when he fought when he fought Tommy Langford, beat him twice. He upset a matching boy a few years back. Who is it? Marcus Morrison, another one, yeah. Another one I was meant to fight for this show, but things happen. But yeah, he upset Marcus Morrison. He upset Tommy Langford twice. Went on to fight for a world title and couldn't hold his own. But it's a tough fight for Felix. I think Felix should win if he is as good as we all think he is. I think he should win, but it's a good fight. I'll be watching it.
Denzel, we will leave it there now, and I will leave you to enjoy the rest of the day. But before I let you go, what would you like to say to everyone who tunes in to watch our interview?
Look out, man. Just tune in to BT Sports on Saturday. Yeah, don't blink and keep an eye out for me, man. I'm coming.
Denzel, it's been a pleasure to speak to you. Best of luck with the rest of kind of this week and then obviously fight night itself. Thank you for your time and thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Nice one. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks.